In the military in high school, and now you're
Yeah.
wearing a jumpsuit.
Yes, because I didn't have money for college.
Uh-huh.
Neither, my parents were immigrants,
Huh.
and I was smart, and I loved languages, and I heard they had interpreter programs.
Huh.
And I thought, oh, I could be an interpreter for diplomats.
Yeah.
And recruiter did come to my home.
Wow.
And promised me all kinds of stuff, just like they still do.
Yeah. It's
So
you
that
almost
often doesn't come true.
you almost went, huh? That was pretty
because
scary.
I wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the money,
Yeah.
you don't go.
Yeah. And that's how they get people, isn't it? Because it's so hard to pay for college now. It's so expensive.
It took me 10 years to
No.
put myself through college.
Isn't that something?
Often working 2 to 3 jobs
Sure.
at a time.
Sure.
So it was 10 years.
Yeah.
My whole 20s were spent just working and taking classes.
It almost like.
I think they say today the average is 10,000 a semester now at college.
Yeah.
So there's not too many people that can afford that.
And graduating with debt. I didn't even have a pair of shoes for my first job. I didn't have a bed.
Huh.
So I had to and when I got my first job, I saw the price of peanut butter in New York, and I started sobbing because I was like, I can't even afford peanut butter
Isn't that amazing?
in my new town.
Yeah.
Because I did well in school and got a job in New York. So, yeah, so I had a different kind of journey. I didn't do the armed forces.
It's almost set up that way, isn't it, to keep college expensive so that the poorer people have to go to the military. I mean,
if
it almost.
It's not set up that way, that is an advantage or something that are a way to always have a flow of smart kids.
Right.
Who really desire to put themselves through college.
Exactly.
Well, this is the way the families say, oh, you can do it this way.
And then they die in Iraq,
Or they just get traumatized.
Yeah.
Or sort of like even just going through basic training. Is such a specific type of
brainwashing, really.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That kind of stamp on your attitudes. That kind of stamp on your beliefs. Just basic training alone is extremely powerful. And
I went through it. You're right.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I know. So you were worried about the recruiters being in the schools, huh? How do you know about the recruiters?
Well, my daughter's in high school.
And I see them in the hallways when I enter the cafeteria every day.
Yeah, almost every day in the hallways, huh?
Yeah, there's a difference between the armies and the military comes.
Do they ever come into your classes?
No.
You're lucky because in Poughkeepsie and Kingston they go right in the classes, in the study halls, and give away free sweatshirts and stuff. So, what school do you go to?
I go to Junior High.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, thanks very much.
Oh, no, go ahead. Repeat yourself. You said it once, so it was obviously worthwhile saying.
No, he's not.
So say it.
I'm not going to glorify your position. I refuse to.
Oh, so now it's on me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You can say it, but somebody else can't.
I didn't use profanity. I didn't use any profanity,
right.
So don't even go
we
there.
Be ashamed?
Why
should you be ashamed?
Why?
And what
that you're making a general blanket statement against all people who serve this country?
No. We're making
Get
a statement.
great pay to kill for oil in
That's
front of a recruitment
That's essentially
center.
what's going on.
Because
more or less.
Actually, some of us are veterans, so
I'm a veteran too.
Me too. So, I mean, I think all veterans have a right to say what they think.
I think you people need to separate politics from people who are serving this country.
We support the veterans.
Not over there killing people for oil.
We support the veterans.
They're not doing it because they want to kill.
There are people in the
because
military who have never been to Iraq, who flip eggs for a living, who are cooks, who are airplane mechanics.
The people in Iraq are killing people for oil, not because they're evil, but because their superiors tell them to.
All I'm going to tell you is make sure if you're going to open your mouth and say something, make sure you're prepared to stand behind
I am. Are you?
I got out of the car, son. You're the one
You know what? So did I. I'm standing right here.
You're not going to win more than you're going to play by our rules.
Non-violence.
We're the ones that should be telling them to go to Iraq.
Yeah, absolutely. Why should we go to Iraq? We're here because we don't want to. This is the personal hell that we've created.
I don't know if it's doing any good here in Poughkeepsie, New York.
What do you think they're trying to do?
I guess they want to end the war. Bring
Yeah.
the troops home.
Bring the troops home.
I
And,
support the troops. I don't support the war.
right. Yeah. Well,
But,
are you a veteran or?
I'm a veteran.
Yeah, I'm a veteran too.
I didn't
So.
fight in the war at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But,
What war were you in? I
well,
mean.
I was in between 72 and 76.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I guess you could say I was towards the end of the era.
Right. Right.
Vietnam
Yeah,
era.
I was 68 to 70
Right.
myself, but I think they're also questioning whether recruiters should be telling the things that they are to young kids. I mean,
So what do you
they
think, they're pumping them up?
are pumping them up, telling them they'll never go.
Think it's just about oil?
I don't know. I know it's not about democracy and all
Right.
the stuff we hear. I know they're getting lies. They promise them all sorts of stuff and tell them they're not going to Iraq, and of course most of them do. So well, anyway, thanks so much
Oh,
for
you're
being
welcome.
on. Yeah, bye
Take
now.
care.
It
Thanks
would
so.
have been funny to see me. I am really a fighter.
I think it would have been tough for you, but I think a lot of people make it through basic training without being brainwashed, and it sometimes has the other effect. It just turns you into, hating the military, and
Or sort of grounds you in your own feelings
Right.
even more,
Right.
because you see how clearly
Exactly.
it's a fight
Yeah.
against your beliefs, or
Yeah.
You have to be a strong person with strong beliefs for that to happen.
Absolutely, you have to be blessed enough
yeah.
to have that kind of personality.
Yeah, or else even be a little older. I was 24 when I went through it. A lot of the guys who were 18, they just didn't know enough to question,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, thanks very much.
Thank you.